What a time to be alive. Every single day, a new AI model drops with unbelievable test scores that promise to change the world. But most of these numbers turn out to be completely unreliable. LLMs are memorizing these tests and their answers. Because of web crawling and fine-tuning, benchmarks suffer from what experts call Goodhart's law. The moment a test becomes an industry standard, its questions flood the internet, making it impossible to keep hidden from future models. When tests leak like these, models just memorize answers instead of actually thinking. The only way to find out what these systems can truly do is to give them brand new unseen tasks. With all the recent noise around models like DeepSeek v4 Flash, I decided to test the hype myself. I created custom tests from scratch with very strict rules and ran them against widely used free tier models that everyone can access. And the results will truly shock you. Seriously, stick till the end to see for yourself what I mean. With DeepSeek's official site bogged down by massive traffic, I bypassed the queues via Open Router to use its limited free access to DeepSeek v4 Flash to run it head-to-head against free AI heavyweights, Claude Sonnet 5, ChatGPT 4.0, Qwen 3.8 Max, and Gemini 3.6 Flash, with an uncompromising test, not the recycled benchmarks that models can just look up online. For round 1, I picked a 4 out of 5 difficulty level advanced reasoning test that requires strict logical deduction. Please pause the video to read the full test. Basically, it's 5 persons being assigned to 5 different programming languages and deployment clouds. Some critical information are missing, so the LLMs have to reason through associations to find out the correct person and their matching tech stack. And these are the evaluation criteria I will use to rate the model's performances. Chain of thought transparency, and if the model shows its step-by-step logic or jumps into conclusion. Logical consistency without contradictions. Response accuracy. Did it arrive at the mathematically or conceptually correct final answer? Latency or time to first token, to see how many seconds did the model sit thinking before it started responding. Generation speed, or how fast the models finish responding, and finally token efficiency, or total tokens consumed to complete the task versus the amount of actual useful output provided, for example avoiding overly verbose or wordy answers. I'm also showing the evaluation scheme and the correct answers on the screen for you if you wish to replicate this test with your own selected models. Here is DeepSeek v4 Flash responding with clear, structured, step-by-step breakdown of its reasoning, flawless logical consistency, super accurate answer while being concise with token usage. A real hero for test 1. Next, we have Claude Sonnet with easy-to-follow steps but terribly inconsistent in its logical deduction. Totally wrong answer, even though it's efficiently used tokens. We move on to ChatGPT with much cleaner tabular presentation of the valid solutions. Perfect logical deduction, completely accurate answer, and amazingly concise in token usage and well-structured output. Honestly, this one truly got me.
Wow!
I never expected ChatGPT to be precise. Qwen was annoyingly messy, multiple times corrected itself mid-response, got confused by the question, zero logical consistency, wrong final answer, and terribly verbose. I mean terribly. Look how long it took to even spit out the response. I had high hopes for Qwen, so I'm honestly so disappointed. And finally, let's see how Gemini performed. Neatly formatted steps, but made a wrong assumption because of bad logical reasoning. It failed to correctly answer it, even though token usage was so efficient and response was well structured. Here's the final rating. As you can see, there are mixed results, but overall, DeepSeek has performed well for this heavyweight reasoning test. By the way, I wanted to put all these tests and responses on a GitHub repo, but then it would be again scraped by next models. So if you need these exact tests, contact me, I'll send them over. Now back to the test with round 2, the test for structural contextual creativity. This tests the creativity of the model outputs, but within strict and sometimes unusual criteria. The reason is that AI models excel at generating creative text, but they historically struggle with strict negative constraints and multi-format orchestration. Feel free to pause the video to review the question. The models have to write a 3-paragraph technical report explaining a production database outage. Paragraph 1 must be a lipogram, meaning no use of any words containing the letter E. Letter E is notoriously difficult for LLMs because their tokenizers process subwords rather than individual alphabet letters. Paragraph 2 must be written entirely using maritime metaphors such as anchor, storm, ship, and so on. And paragraph 3 must include a valid JSON block. So as you see, this is an unusual writing request with 4.5 out of 5 difficulty level. I'm looking for this criteria. Accuracy, token usage, generation speed, and latency are similar to the previous test. And then negative constraint compliance for following all difficult rules, format validity for having syntactically pristine layout with valid JSON, and stylistic fluidity for maintaining an engaging prose despite the heavy intellectual constraint. Let's see how they performed. DeepSeek gets a pass for following all strict instructions, gets a pass for clean syntax and JSON, a 4 out of 5 for engaging text overall, and relatively low token usage and not being verbose. By the way, if this sounds too fast for you, I'm keeping the summary of the results as short as possible, so the video doesn't take ages. I will find a way to keep you posted on these details later on. Claude also gets 2 passes for following the negative prompts, good metaphors, and valid JSON. Also gets a 4 out of 5 for natural sounding text, but it was a bit verbose and used a bit more tokens. ChatGPT fails at both following the instructions and format validity, even though it was efficient in token usage and wrote a relatively interesting report. It just couldn't follow the structure and negative constraints well. Neither did Qwen follow the instructions, a bit disappointing at this point. It couldn't even write a simple paragraph without letter E while being slightly relaxed with token usage, even though it produced valid JSON and metaphor elements. And finally, Gemini was the best in following instructions and abiding by all strict conditions, perfect execution and metrics, and optimal balance of token usage and accuracy. It's definitely the winner in this round. It looks like you can rely on Gemini on strict conditions more than other models. Here's the summary of results of test 2, which had the most unusual requirements. As you can see, Claude, DeepSeek, and Gemini were performing better, with the crown going to Gemini for the best overall mixture of the experts model. I kinda could guess this beforehand though. But if you've stayed so far, I know for sure you're a coder or developer looking to see how they performed at this coding test with 3.5 out of 5 difficulty level, but with some strict conditions, such as handling corrupted log lines gracefully. This is essentially just a function for parsing and accessing logs, extracting unique IP addresses, aggregating total traffic bytes per IP, and so on, as you can see, with 3 strict formatting requirements. It's just a bit tricky. If they miss a tiny point, it will throw an error. Apart from those shared criteria such as speed, I'm also looking for functional correctness, spec compliance and completeness, edge case robustness, and code cleanliness. Here's the surprise I told you about earlier. DeepSeek totally failed this test despite all the hype and their benchmarking results. I'm keeping a summary of the results on the screen. So basically, it makes a huge error in assigning IP addresses and the bytes field, and it raises an unhandled value error on every line that matches that regex format it generated. It didn't even cover edge cases, and it was quite verbose, even though it followed clean coding practice. Claude, on the other hand, lived up to its reputation as a coding agent. Perfect execution, complete code with functional correctness, fully compliant signature, skips malformed lines, aggregates, and sorts correctly. Edge case robustness was the best among all models. It even rejects syntactically plausible but invalid IPs. It followed good coding practices and it stayed within the token limit. Claude just proved it's not a hype. ChatGPT had the fastest generation, simple and clean code with low token usage. It correctly wrote the function even though it didn't apply the required regex and missed a few other instructions. As a mixture of experts, I expected ChatGPT to be able to at least cover some edge cases, but it couldn't. No IP format validation, nada. Qwen disappointed me for the third time. I can't believe how much I used to trust this model before. It passed the correctness part but didn't follow the instructions properly. Zero edge case coverage and no error handling. Definitely a model you don't want to rely on for coding, unless the only thing you care about is code cleanliness and low token usage. And finally, Gemini perfectly wrote and executed the function and followed all instructions, but didn't cover edge cases, no IP format validation, which leads to misaggregated lines. Code block was super clean with proper examples and moderate token usage. This round was difficult to judge. If I could pick two, it would be Claude and Gemini. But since we can only have one winner, it's definitely Claude. So I guess before believing the official benchmarking results that are either inflated, as is often the case, or the tests straight memorized by the models, run a simple 3-tier test like this locally before you incorporate a specific LLM within your project and get disappointed. I've been building contamination-resistant tests for LLMs for a while, so if you need this type of test for your specific project or research or business, let me know, I can help.